So sorry for the weird format. I don't think I'm going to be using the calculator. But anyway, I think a lot of you have seen this video, but yeah, I'm going to respond to it. So hold on.
We were subsidizing those jobs. So for the city was paying for those jobs. So frankly, if we were willing to give Amazon if we were willing to give away $3 billion for this deal, we could invest those $3 billion in our district ourselves if we wanted to. We could hire out more teachers. We can fix our subways. We can put a lot of people to work for that money if we wanted to.
It's hard to watch. Yeah, so I hope I don't have to explain this, but she's just unbelievably confused. And it's too easy to dog on her. I mean, God, you elected a bartender and this is what you get. Anyway, what I actually want to comment on is kind of how happy she is. Actually, this isn't even the interview. There's a different one. Hold on. Okay, I think this is the one. I just want to comment on how happy she is about this. So hold on.
I think it's incredible. I mean, it shows that everyday Americans still have the power to organize and fight for their communities, and they can have more say in this country than the richest man in the world.
What do you say to those that criticize them pulling out?
Yeah, I mean, look at how happy she is. She's very happy for these results. And look, we've got two Democratic, Democratic Socialists of America. Yeah, Democratic Socialists. I've got two of them in recent memory who are most famous. She's one of them, Bernie Sanders being the other. And, well, this is what you get. She's very, very happy that Amazon left, or is not going to be putting GHQ. Sorry, I didn't sleep last night. HQ2. Sorry, their second headquarters in New York. So she's very, very happy about that. And what? There's going to be at least 25,000 jobs that aren't going to be there. The state is going to miss out on more than $1 billion of taxes each year. It's just insane. It's a lose-lose for everyone. And I'm gonna have another video about Bernie Sanders another time. But you know, Bernie Sanders, people wonder why he calls himself a socialist, because people say that his policies are, well, he wants something that looks like Denmark. So they say his policies are more like that of a social democrat. I believe that the reason Sanders sort of insists on calling himself a socialist is because he is a socialist. He is sort of camouflaging, or what's the right word? He's adjusting his views to be more palatable for the American people. In fact, I mean, if you look, at least in the past, I kind of think he was a communist. I don't think that's a crazy thing to think. You have that quote of him saying that bread lines, what was it? Bread lines are a good thing. That's apologism for communist states right there. And how he thinks that that's a good thing is just insane. I mean, you've got people, human beings who have productive capacity lining up for bread. It should be the opposite. It should be bread sitting there lined up for people. Yeah, anyway. So Bernie Sanders on his website was sort of praising Venezuela some years ago. Look at Venezuela now. And now look at Ocasio-Cortez. I mean, the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, have put on their Twitter that they are against profit. And if you go to some of these, even if you just go to a Democratic convention, Democratic Party convention, you'll find people who are against profit. It was kind of crazy, but that's a whole other video to even explain it, but I feel like it's so basic. But, so she's a socialist, and she's happy that Amazon is leaving. There's another quote I'm going to bring in here at some point into the, I don't know if this video, but later, but there's the previous ruler, I guess, or I forget what it is, Prime Minister of Singapore, who said that when all the other third world countries were pushing away the multinational corporations, we were welcoming them. And that might be why Singapore grew so much so quickly since 1965. They welcome in big companies. And just think, if you're like, just imagine that it's like Sim City or Civilization. You're just running a game, and some rich company comes and says, "Hey, we wanna set up with you. Can we get a 10% discount?" Okay. And they come, and they bring great jobs, and then more people come, and you could have this ripple effect. There's one other thing I want to point out here. So this is another video. Maybe I should make this bigger. Okay, so oh yeah, if you make it bigger with YouTube, it actually readjusts it to be smaller again. Forgot. Anyway, so he's talking about the Amazon deal, right? And them pulling out. Just look at the background there. Look at all these buildings. I don't know. Can you see my mouse? No, you can't. Look at all those buildings behind him. Now, if you've ever been to Shanghai or Hong Kong, you will be impressed by the number of shiny looking, cool, recent buildings. But do you see this? Like, there's the Empire State Building, and behind that, all these buildings, and this is Manhattan. Kind of one, if not the financial center of the world, definitely one of the top financial hubs of the world. Where are the new buildings, right? That's a whole other topic. An enormous number of buildings are selected as landmarks in New York City, and they are prevented, well, new developments are prevented from occurring. And so does that benefit the poor, the people who are worse off? No. What you need is, you need cheaper rent, you need bigger buildings, and you need the jobs that will come with those big, new, shiny buildings. And tourists will come. I mean, tourists come for the old buildings too. But this is not a healthy city. I mean, look, the city itself is starting to look old. And look, you can see Freedom Tower in the very back there. Freedom Tower, I'm sorry for the jet flying overhead, but anyway, that's what a new building looks like. That's what a lot of buildings look like in Hong Kong. You see all this gray blah here. Those are from like 70s, 80s, I don't know. Those are decades old, and they're short buildings, and they have serious problems with supplying enough housing, with trying to keep, I mean, it's simple economics. If you want more affordable housing, you need to build more buildings, right? It's not rocket science. Anyway, I guess I'll leave it at that. This is just kind of a series. Honestly, I'm just getting this really off of a to-do list. No, I haven't really written a list, but it's just like, I need to get this out of the way. And then once I kind of have everything down, maybe try to make better videos, but we'll see. We'll see. Just getting it out of the way here. So, thanks. See ya.